to continue helping those who need it most.
Next up, we meet an amazing athlete who's doing great things in the sport of track and field. She's 18 years old and recently graduated from high school, where she won lots of top awards, including Female Athlete of the Year at her high school. Last year, she won the high jump at the BC High School Championships. We met up with Manisha Kandola to learn more about her accomplishments, future goals, as she begins the next chapter of her life as a student and athlete at the University of British Columbia. Here's this week's Sikh Youth Profile.
University of British Columbia, and I'm in the arts program, but I would like to transfer into the business program. I chose this field of study because ever since I was younger, I had this obsession with counting money. So whenever I got money for my birthday, I would always go home and count it to see how much I had. And so when I was younger, people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I'd always say, I want to be in the bank counting money. And as I grew older, I found out that the name for that was actually accountant. So for that reason, I would like to be an accountant. Now, even though an accountant doesn't sit in the bank and count money, I like to work with numbers. My career aspiration is my mom, because she went to school, she got a degree, and she's doing a job that she likes to do. So for that reason, I would like to get a great degree and settle for a job that I actually enjoy doing. It's a funny story of how I got into track and field. Basically, my parents just wanted to enroll me in an after-school activity because I was an energetic child and they wanted me to get really tired a little bit. So first they started by enrolling me into gymnastics. Now the problem with that was I didn't have upper body strength, so I didn't really like doing that. And then they put me in ballet, and because I was really tall, I felt really awkward around all the short little dancers. And then they put me in soccer, and that was a fail because I was afraid of the ball. So then they put me in skating, and I was afraid of falling, and they eventually put me in swimming, and I didn't like the deep end. And then one day my mom came across this ad for track and field. And so she's like, you should just try it. So she put me in with my two friends, and because of my great coaching staff, I've continued doing this for the past 10 years. I first competed with my high school when I was in grade 10, and I went to the provincials to do high jump. Now when you're in grade 10 and you do provincials, you're competing with people that are 1 to 2 years older. So that year, I placed 6th. Now, finishing 6th place in grade 10 was amazing. So everyone was like, oh, wow, she has a lot of potential for the next year. So in grade 11, I tied for 6th place again. And this year, everyone kind of ignored me, and they're like, oh, okay, she should have done really well because she's in grade 11 now, but I didn't really do so well. And then in grade 12, I don't really know what I did differently, but surprisingly, I won. And it was incredible. It was an incredible way to end my grade 12 career. So my short-term goals for track and field are basically just to improve myself, gain more strength, and just keep beating my own records. My long-term goals are basically to make the Commonwealth Games, to make World Championships, and eventually the Olympics. Whether it's 2016, 2020, or 2024, I would really love to compete in the Olympics. My coaches, Tatiana and Besik-Mech, as well as my parents, are my inspirations. However, on Twitter and Instagram, I follow a lot of people who are really into becoming more fit, and they're really inspiring. They all post motivating quotes, and these are the people that when I log on to Twitter and Instagram and I see how hard they're working, these are the people that are inspiring me to work even harder. I come from a Sikh family, and our philosophy is slightly different. We believe in giving back to the community. So, for example, my dad, he helps out with my track club a lot, and he's always setting up the high jump, breaking the long jump, putting up the hurdles, putting them away, giving a ride to someone who needs a ride home, little things like that. And we're also involved in some charity work, and we just do a lot of save out in the community. The most obvious challenge in training is the weather here in Vancouver. You're lucky if you get a sunny day, it's always raining. You have to stay motivated in your training in order to get through those rainy practices. Another challenge I face is just little injuries. You trip and fall, you gotta get up and keep running. Now, the best part about track and field is the people that we train with. We're so close, and we basically just help each other get through every practice.
After 9-10 years training with us, she's a double BC champion for 2012. She already won BC High School Championship 160, and she won BC Jamboree Track and Field Championship for juniors this year. So it's a pride, you know, to train Manisha. That's a great kid, hard worker, and she achieved a great result this year.
Very dedicated athletes, very hard-working athletes, but most, I could say, credits going to her father, Gordy, because Gordy is one of the parents who never left Manisha one day alone in the training. He always has been part of her training, and he always has been part of a coaching staff in New Westminster, New Spartan Track and Field Club.
We brought Manisha in when she was 8 years old to join the club, just trying first few other things, gymnastics and trying to do some soccer, and she never liked. Eventually, when we came in with the track team, first couple of years, she didn't do that well, but she liked it, being on the team with the other kids. And we sort of start coming, and after first year, then I started also coaching with the other coaches, and my main job is to be, I'm like a fitness trainer, have all the kids fit, and then help with the other coaches. And me and Manisha, we spend a lot of time together. We almost train 5 to 6 days a week. And now she gets to go to UBC, and she trains with the UBC athletes too. And I'm pretty happy with her, and we are happy we are running also this club.
In order to keep your children motivated in any extracurricular activity they enjoy, it's really important for the parents to show support. So that could be by driving your kids to every practice, staying there, helping them, watching them, supporting them, just shouting out random things, not yelling at them, or making food for them, helping them with their homework, even though kids sometimes don't like being helped with homework, just showing that support and not really rejecting any choice they have.